Yeah, okay. So let's continue our lesson. Now I'm going to give you time to do this, Koi. Now, if you just try to look at the particular datas, okay, because these are all datas, right? Look at this one, the average distance per miles. So for one person using a car, it's just only 17 miles. Okay, the average. And then the average time per minute is 33. And then the average speed is 31. Now, if you try to look at this one, more than one person can consume 24 average distance per mile, okay, for more than one person, okay, and then 42 and then 34. So if we try to look at this one, we can say that those more than, or those persons, okay, using car, or persons, huh? We're talking about people. That means it's more than one person who are using car can what? Can use car for the longest journey, right?
Right.
Yes. And then, of course, if you try to look at this one, you just have to imagine it's just walking, right? You just walk. So, how can you be able to reach further in walking? Of course, you cannot, right? But look at this one, 23 miles. But the average time is 49 per minute. And then the average speed is 28.
Okay. And I'm going to write a report, I say.
Yes, you have to write, okay? The interpretation, actually, it's the interpretation. So it looks like an essay, but of course, you need also to use this one as your guide in answering or in interpreting this particular table. Okay? I hope you can still remember the things that we had discussed last our previous lessons in the pre-IELTS, right? We can what are we going to say? What are we going to use? So we use phrases like the table shows that, right? Or in this particular table, we can say that, okay, looking at the table, blah, blah, blah. So that is how you are going to start summarizing the information. Okay, anyway, Koi. Okay. This would be your homework, okay? You have to present this one to me on the next meeting. Let's proceed, okay? Okay. Can you do that as your homework and present that one on the next meeting? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to present to you a sample interpretation of this one. But of course, we need to complete, right?
Yes.
Complete this sample answer to the writing task so that you can have an idea. Okay, you can have the idea on how we are going to do this. Okay, so complete this sample answer to the writing task by writing the correct form of the adjective in brackets in its gap. So number one has been given to us. Okay, so adjectives, right? We have the so-called in adjective. We need to understand there are three things to remember. We have the,
Operation.
okay, we have the, if you're going to say greater, greatest. So what do we call that one? The comparative, and we have the superlative. We call that one as the degree of comparison of adjective. Okay, we have the positive, we have also negative, and we have the comparative, and we have the superlative. So degree of comparison of adjective. Okay,
Okay.
so look at this one. Can you read
The
the
table give
content?
information about different means of transport which people use to reach their work in one city in the US.
Yes. Okay. Stop for a while. Let's stop and then let's try to discuss. Now, look at this one. The table gives information about different means of transport. Okay, going back in here. Did we answer? Did we able to tell the readers? Did we interpreted that the data shows about different transportation or transport? Am I right? Yes. So we were able to mention there um, that in that particular table, you are going to give the information about the transport which people use to reach their work in one of, because the title is all about traveling to work in one US city. So therefore, the limitation of this particular study or this particular table is just only in the ones in one city in the United States. So we are not including other cities. We're not including cities in the Philippines or in Vietnam or other countries. But of course, we are just talking only in the United States. So limited only to one of the city in the United States. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So we were able to inform our readers about that one completely. Okay? And then people who use public transport or share a car travel the
Great.
greatest distance. So why is it it's greatest?
I think great is 4
Okay, again,
is 24.
look at this one. People who use
Oh,
public transport. So we're talking about public transport.
23.
Yes. So
24.
people about people who use public transport or share a car travel the greatest distance on average of 23 or 24 miles. Look at this one. Let's try to go back. So, public transport, right? But look at this, car, more than one persons. So, what do you think would be this one? Maybe
Next.
this one is share a car, right?
Yes.
Okay. Um, if I don't know, in Vietnam, do you have a Grab? Do you have Grab also?
Yes, of course.
But of course, Grab is just only one person, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you are going to take a Grab, it's just only one passenger, or it depends. There would be Grab that has six sitting capacity, if I'm not mistaken.
I think Grab in motorbike is only one passenger or
Yeah,
two.
it's just only one because it's private. It's what we called if you wanted to travel by convenience, so you are going to travel through Grab, right? Okay. Yeah, it's Grab is just only one person because you cannot share with others, okay? Because there would be the so-called an app in your phone that you can be able to download, right? Yes. Okay. So it's one person. So that means we are talking here about public transport that includes the train and the bus. And this include also a car. Okay? Car or a share a car, or we call this one as Grab, right?
Yes.
That is why in the report in here, people who use public transport, so we're talking about train and bus, or share a car. So that share a car, that would be car with more than one people.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Share a car. Yes, share a car. That means you can share with others. So that would be share a car. Okay, but Grab, it's also like a private car, maybe, right? Because it's just only one passenger. But share a car, that means you can share with other passengers. Okay, so greatest. So why is it's the greatest? Because
Because it's longer distance.
yes, the longest. Okay? Is it the longest? No. Okay? It's the greatest. Greatest what? Greatest average 23 or 24 miles that can reach that particular distance, right? It can reach to 23 to 24 miles per distance. Oh, average distance. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So that would be answered already. And then, while cyclists and pedestrians have
Shortest journey.
the shortest journey. Now, try to look at the table. So, which do you think would be the shortest? Of course, it's very understandable that you using the cycle and those who are walking. Okay? And just only 4 miles. So it was already reported. By comparison, car drivers without passengers travel an average of 17 miles. By comparison, car drivers, where is this? It's here. Okay? Maybe it's a private car. Okay? Look at this one, without passengers, travel an average 17 miles.
Oh,
People traveling on trains and buses spend
longer time.
the longest time
Commute
commuting to
work
work because it takes them 49 minutes
on
on
all
an
up
average. Meaning, it's longer, okay? Compared to those, or compared to share a car, right? Yes, because maybe if you are going to ride a train or bus, of course there should be a bus stop, right?
Hmm.
But
Yes.
if you are going to use share a car, of course there is no stopping anytime, right? So therefore, it's the average time is 49, much longer compared to share a car. Okay, again, let's go back. So where are we now? Walkers and cyclists take the
Little.
So what do you think would be the correct adjective?
Um, a little off.
Okay. Cars tend to be the, I no, walkers and cyclists take the
Little.
least,
Please.
least time. Okay?
Can you write out?
Can you see it now?
I see. Lit.
Yes, it's the least.
Oh, it's so it was form, not
Okay?
separate.
So walkers and cyclists take the least time. Okay? Because if
Okay.
you're going to say little time, it's actually if we try to hear them, it can be correct. But if you try to look at the structure, it's not correct. Okay, because
Yes.
they get to work in about 20 minutes. Okay, cars tend to be. Oh, look at this one. It's just only 20 minutes. So how it's very fast compared by riding a train or bus. But
Yes.
of course, that the average distance that they can travel is just only it's just
Four.
only short, okay? But the average time they could bring there in their work or job, it's 20 minutes only. So it's more faster, okay? It's faster compared to this one, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. So if you are going to choose, are you going to choose riding a car or just doing a bike or riding a bicycle?
Huh. I think
If
driving
you are
bikes.
if you are traveling maybe in the city, in a big city of Ho Chi Minh City, so much better to ride a bike, right? Because there would be no traffic. You can be able to what? You can be able to drive that all throughout your destination without any hassle, right?
Yes. That's
Yes. Okay, because it's traffic, the traffic time, it can also hamper, it can also add to the minutes. Okay? Okay, next. So cars tend to be the
fastest way of travel.
fastest way of traveling. So people going together by car have an average speed of 34 minutes per hour, and people driving alone have an average of 31
Mean
mph. So walking is the
slowly at three
slowest.
slowly slowly.
Okay,
Okay.
slowest at 3
Mean
mph. So
overall.
overall for long distances,
The
the
quickest
quickest way to travel is to share a
car.
car. But for short distances,
Walk
walking or
or
cycling
is
is
the
the
best. Is the
best
yes.
or better.
Is the best.
Is the best,
Yes.
not better, because we use the there.
Chocolate.
Okay? Okay, is the best, not is the better. Okay? Okay. That's it. So were we able to answer now the guide questions in here, which will be the longest, the shortest, the most, the least, the fastest, the slowest? Is it completely mentioned in there?
Yes. It's
Yes,
like most.
right? Yeah, so you're able to interpret now the table completely by,
Make comparison.
yes, by comparing. Okay?
Ah,
Okay.
okay.
And the
That's all.
table, that's it. So, it's also the same, right? Oh, this one is right to show where you think a paragraph should end and a new one should begin. Yeah, so this one is different activity. Okay. Now, since you do have any idea about this one, Koi, I guess there would also be different interpretations of this, and I would like you to do your own interpretation of this table. Okay, Koi? Do I need to share? Do I need to send it to you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So I'm going to send to you this one and together with the sample so that you can be able to do this. And next meeting, we're going to discuss your own interpretation of this. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to share this one to you, or I'm going to send this one to the chat. Okay?
Okay.
Questions?
No question.
No question. Okay. So thank you so much for your time. We'll see you again on our next meeting. Okay. Bye for now. I heard in the news that Ho Chi Minh City will be conducting a balloon. What is one? The balloons, the fire. What is one? They were going to fly a fire
Balloon.
balloons. Yeah. So I
Okay.
heard in the news, in somewhere in Ho Chi Minh City, this going to be September 2 for in the celebration of, is that Independence Day in your country?
Yes, independent. In
Yeah,
um
Independence. Uh,
um wait, two the two September is
yes,
our
September 2,
independent.
Independence, right?
Yes, that's
Yeah,
it.
because I heard it in the news that there would be they last time you were able to have the I forgot that one, but this time this year you will going to fly a fire balloon, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Okay. So it's a good what is one, it's a good view, right? It's a good thing to look at if you are going to have that one. Okay, Koi? So thank you so much for your time. We'll see you again next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Yes.